The iPhone 17 Pro has just gone through a detailed teardown, and it reveals a lot about what's happening inside Apple's latest flagship. From a new vapor chamber cooling system to answers about the recent scratching issues, this teardown gives us a closer look at both the strengths and the weaknesses of the device. Let's break everything down step by step. The teardown was done by iFixit, the team known for taking apart new devices and showing how repairable they are. Just like every year, the iPhone 17 lineup is being carefully inspected. And after the iPhone Air teardown, it was time for the iPhone 17 Pro. This time, the teardown wasn't just about checking parts inside, but also about investigating the so-called scratchgate problem that has been bothering new owners. The process began with the usual tools prying, suction cups, and careful handling. Right away, one change stood out. Apple has removed the dual-entry design. In previous models, you could remove either the screen or the rear glass, which made repairs simpler. On the iPhone 17 Pro, the back ceramic shield can still be replaced, but the only thing accessible from the rear side now is the wireless charging coil. For everything else, including major repairs, the display has to be removed first. Then came an unexpected discovery with the battery. Normally, removing the battery is one of the trickiest parts, but this year Apple introduced a new system. The iPhone 17 Pro's battery is held down by 14 Torx plus screws, and it sits in a special plate, almost like a battery tray. Apple is still using electrically debonding adhesive, which breaks down with a 12-volt current in just 70 seconds, but the tray makes the process easier and more controlled. It's possible Apple may even sell the battery pre-attached to a tray as a spare part, which could make replacements much smoother. One of the biggest highlights of this phone is the vapor chamber cooling system. For the first time ever, Apple has added this advanced cooling method to an iPhone. It works by trapping liquid inside a chamber, which absorbs heat and redistributes it away from the processor to other important chips. In the teardown, the chamber sits right on top of the new A19 Pro chip, and thermal camera tests show that it really helps. Unlike the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which could heat up quickly and even throttle performance, the iPhone 17 Pro keeps temperatures lower during long sessions. A closer look revealed the vapor chamber's lattice sandwich design. This includes copper indentations that capture water vapor and push it back toward the chip through the lattice. It's a clever way of managing heat, and it shows Apple is finally taking thermal performance seriously, especially for gaming and heavy use. The teardown also revealed Apple's new approach to screws. Usually, iFixit criticizes Apple for using too much glue and adhesive, but this time, Apple leaned more heavily on screws to hold things together. That might sound like a win, but the downside is the sheer number of screws and the different types required. From tri-point to Phillips to standoff screws, repair engineers had to constantly switch screwdrivers. For example, it took 22 screws just to release the USB-C port, which itself is made of plastic and is less modular than the 3D printed titanium version used in the iPhone Air. The teardown went further into the camera and logic board. The upper assembly's front sensor array is attached with 2 press sensors, while 3 cables secure the rear camera module. The logic board, as usual, is packed tightly at the top of the phone, and Apple made use of the extra space created by the larger camera bump, also called the plateau. Now let's talk about the scratches. Many users have reported that the iPhone 17 Pro scratches more easily than expected, especially around the camera bump. iFixit used microscopes to investigate this issue and discovered that the anodization layer is weakest at sharp, unchamfered corners. On flat surfaces, scratches don't peel away the anodized coating, but on the camera plateau, the anodized layer isn't supported properly. This leads to a process called spalling, where the layer breaks away, exposing the aluminum underneath. Experts explained that it's not about the material itself. Apple didn't switch from titanium oxide to aluminum oxide. It's simply the sharp design of the camera bump edges that makes them vulnerable. Essentially, the anodized surface is brittle, and without strong support, scratches appear faster in those areas. Finally, we come to repairability. With all the changes, how does the iPhone 17 Pro score? On one hand, the new battery tray system is a real improvement, making battery swaps easier. On the other hand, losing the dual-entry design and adding so many screws for even simple repairs makes the process more tedious. The USB-C port, in particular, is harder to replace than expected. Overall, iFixit gave the iPhone 17 Pro a provisional repairability score of 7 out of 10. That's a little lower than the iPhone Air, but still decent compared to older iPhones. The phone is powerful, advanced, and better cooled than ever before, but when it comes to scratches and repairs, it still has its share of issues. So, the teardown shows a mixed picture. The iPhone 17 Pro is innovative with its vapor chamber cooling and improved battery system, but its design choices also create new problems like scratchgate and tricky repairs. For users, it means better performance, but also the need for extra care and possibly more expensive repair bills in the future.